Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil and welcome to the first anime review of 2025, guys. Yes, we are back in the world of One Piece once again, talking about today season 19, which is basically Whole Cake Island arc and the Levely arc, otherwise known as the Riviera arc. And all I gotta say is this season did not need to be that long. Specifically, the Whole Cake Island arc did not need to be that long. Even Levely, I would say, did not need to be that long too. But I'll explain more on that as we get onto this review, guys. But anyway, this season, this arc, basically, well, the first chunk of the season, which is basically almost the entirety of it, the 95 episode arc that is Whole Cake Island, basically deals with, the crew, some of the crew members of the Straw Hat Pirates going to find Sanji after what happened at the end of the Zoe arc. And they go to Whole Cake Island, they encounter Big Mom, and stuff happens. It's One Piece. Obviously, there's going to be crazy fights, action, and there's some drama as well, which, I do like it when this anime, I should say, does get, a little bit more serious, but also emotional as well. So there's that. And in terms of characters, we got some interesting new characters that add more to a certain character's past that I won't get into. If you know, you know. But I will say that this arc, more than anything else, I love how Sanji felt like the focus of it, if that kind of makes sense. But it also felt like Luffy had as much to do, if not more, than Sanji did at times. But I really feel like the first half of the arc, or a good chunk of it, was dedicated to Sanji, and only the last third felt like it was really about Luffy and his crew, I would say. And of course, Big Mom is there, and if you know who Big Mom is, she's very powerful, so there's that. Now, in terms of the arc itself, I did like Whole Cake Island, the arc, but man, it's long. Like, it did not need to be that long. So there's that. And in terms of the Levely arc, I enjoyed the Levely arc. I did. But it also did not need to be that long. And it was fun seeing some familiar faces again. I wouldn't spoil because, I don't like to spoil in my reviews. So there's that. Now, going into the things I did like about this season overall, the action is once again amazing. The story in this season, well, particularly the Whole Cake Island arc, like at the center of it, it is about Sanji, and I really like that. Like, this is the last time I can think of from up the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure this is the only case that is, I would say. But basically, the only other time I believe they focus on a single Straw Hat crew member at the center of an arc, I would say, was Water 7 and I guess Annie's Lobby to an extent. But mainly Water 7, where Robin was kind of at the center of it all, if that kind of makes sense. But also Annie's Lobby. But this is the only other time that I feel like they really focus and hammer down and focused on a Straw Hat crew member, in this case, Sanji. And I really, really like that. I wish they would do that for other Straw crew members. I know Chopper was kind of focused on Drum Island, but that was an introductory arc for the character. But later on, we don't really get more of, his story. It's just kind of seen through flashbacks and stuff, which I don't mind, but still. But I really love how Achiro Oda just saved this near towards the end of the series, I would say, or the story, which it actually kind of is. This is like the third to last saga. Whole Cake Island is the third to last saga. Then the penultimate saga is Wano, and then of course we have the 11th and final saga, which is the just called the final saga, I guess. There's no other name because I guess you can't really think of anything else to call it. Just call it final saga. I'm sure there's a name he's gonna come up with, but I guess for now it's final saga. But anyway, I really love how this arc just centers down in on Sanji overall. And then another final positive I would mention is the emotion. This season has great emotion. Whole Cake Island, the arc itself, has great emotion, I would say. Now, going into the negatives. As I've already talked about it, this arc is very long. The length of this arc or this season is very long. Whole Cake Island did not need to be just by itself 95 episodes. Why was it that long. I have no idea why. Dressrosa, I also felt. But the thing about Dressrosa is that they always had something interesting, I feel like, going on, focusing on like certain characters, backstories, even side characters as well, from what I remember. Which I'm saying that because I only saw that last year, so it wasn't that long ago. But still, this though, my word, after like something happens near towards, I guess, the climax or middle of the arc, the last third of it, it just really, really drags. The last 20 30 episodes, it's like very slow pace. And speaking of which, another negative is the pacing. The pacing is rough. Whole Cake Island is like so much worse than Dressrosa when it comes to pacing. And people say Dressrosa is long. Yes, Dressrosa is long, and I understand that. But this felt longer somehow. It really did. And this is shorter than Dressrosa. And that's why I'm also gonna say, and you guys might hate me for this, I don't love this season overall. It's because of the pacing. But I still really enjoyed it. If it was more in line with the pacing in the first half, it would have been a lot better in my opinion. And what I would have actually loved it. There was great emotion, great character drama, great action, but overall, the pacing really brings it down. And finally, the final arc did not also need to be that long. In fact, the final arc was kind of unnecessary, you know. They could have just made Levely, one separate season on its own, but they just included it here. I know people don't follow the seasons, but I do, so that's more of a season. That's more of the structure type of thing, It's no one else's fault, really. But anyway, guys, I enjoyed this season of One Piece, which is basically Whole Cake Island and Levely, otherwise known as Rivia, I would say. But it's still good. I enjoyed it. And as a final score, I'm going to give it overall a 7 out of 10. But it's more of a 7.5, to be honest with you. But it's the pacing that really brings it down for me, guys. I'm sorry. This felt like a drag to get through. This is the first time I've actually felt like, oh my god, this is taking forever. Like, they should just speed it up. Like, there's one fight near the end, and if you see, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, hurry up, why is it still going on? Why is it taking forever? Oh man, it's taking so long. Even the start, near the start of the arc as well, when they enter Hokikaun, I would say there's some obstacle they have to get through. That also took a gazillion episodes, I feel like. I'm sorry, guys. I understand people love this arc and maybe the season overall, but specifically Whole Cake Island, but I'm sorry. It's not one of my favorites. Dressrosa's better. Hell, Marineford's better. And I didn't even love that either, but at least that was paced a little bit better. I know it was more interesting, but guys, I'm sorry. This had interest, had emotion, had great character drama, but honestly, if it was paced better, if it was shorter, it would have been a lot better. So those are my thoughts overall on season 19 of One Piece, guys. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm going to quickly mention it now. Last year, I did start my new Unicore Screen Media, and I took, and then towards the end of last year, I was like on a 5 month break, so I recently started classes again. So that's why my review for Wano, which is season 20, which I will be covering, I don't know when I'll be putting it out. My goal is to get it out sometime next month in sometime next month in April, depending on when you're watching it, that is. So yeah. But it's very long. If I use my 5 episode a day rule, which I'm still using, I would say, and I use for this as well. Even though today I saw 4 because there's 109 episodes, so it's not exact. But anyway, it should take me a little over a month. So if all goes well, I should have a review out in April. Now, there's other stuff going on as well. Dead of Born again just came out today. I saw the first 2 episodes. It's awesome. I've not seen Yellow Jackets yet. I'll wait for that once it's done. Wheel of Time is coming back. Last of Us is coming back. There's so much stuff coming out. And on top of that, I got to watch X-Files as well. After Wano. And then get onto some other anime as well, which I won't announce just yet. I'll announce the next anime that I'm going to be talking about on the channel at the end of my season 20 Wano review, I would say. But guys, this is a good season. It's a really good season, but I can't say I love it, if that kind of makes sense. It's the pacing. The pacing really brings it down, guys, for me. And also, one other thing before I go, I do want to mention the Electric State, I believe, is coming out this week, so I should have a review out for that. Mickey 17, I don't know when I'll see in theaters. And also my new special video will be out sometime, maybe next week or the week after. Like I said, I do want to do one every month for the rest of these next 2 3 years, as I slowly make my way to the end of my channel's existence, which is unfortunate, but don't worry guys, I'm still here. And I've had a blast covering, One Piece so far on the channel for these last 4 years. Man, time has really gone by. But guys, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.